well, so we're gonna jump right into this. This is one of Derek's favorite people ever on the internet.
This really is. This is one of my heroes.
Let's watch this real quick, and then we'll talk about who it is. So
this
is
good.
Pig Norman Summerton. Check this out.
Hello from Pig Norman Summerton. It's time again to sit around the house in my tit cups, making new tits on my pig. This pig.
New tits on his pig.
Pig Norman Summerton.
Mmm.
Yes.
I'm getting turned
look
on,
at these
honestly.
titties,
Are you?
Yeah. I bet you would love to have a pair of these.
I do.
I know I do.
Thanks,
These
pig.
are fantastic for me.
They do.
It's been 2 years now, and it's going to continue on. So there it is. Norm Summerton is just calling in to say hello.
Hi, pig.
And keep the kink up.
Yeah, buddy.
Love you all.
Love you too, Pig.
Norman Summerton.
Love you, Pig. I love the wolf painting behind him, too.
Hello
That's
from
sweet.
Pig Norman.
So,
sweet.
Just for some context, right? That was Pig Norman Summerton. That kind of blew up a couple of years ago on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're just now getting to it. We've been aware of it for a while.
Yeah.
We've been discussing, talking about him on the show. He's this kind of just this kinky old man who's super into
one of my
being
personal heroes, personally.
One of Derek's all-time heroes on your Mount Everest of heroes.
He would be the Mount Rushmore. He'd be on there with Dan Silly, Jeff Bartels, Pig Norman.
Yeah.
And then would figure out the other one or two or whatever it is.
Corey Feldman,
yeah. Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Dwayne Wade, for some reason's on there. It's just a mix.
Probably because he transitions his children.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Do you ever see Will Smith's kid?
Yeah, oh yeah, Jaden.
Boy, holy fuck.
Yeah, he's super queered up.
Yeah, dangerously.
Oh yeah,
it's
well,
bad.
I think Will's gay. I think plus his mother.
Yeah, Will Smith's always been gay.
Can you imagine how gay his mother probably queered up that boy? So.
Oh no shit, exactly.
So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, right.
So Pig
Norman
Summerton, sir. I'm assuming he's going to get probably anointed at some point, by the
crown.
Queen.
Yeah, exactly. He should become a sir.
Yeah,
because I'm sure there's some sort of there's some sort of monarchical setup in Canada, I'd imagine, where you could get knighted and stuff.
Yeah. Well, so he's what
if he was a 33-degree Mason? He was one of the.
Would that shock you?
No, actually.
Okay, so wouldn't shock me either.
Yeah.
But anyway, he blew up a couple years ago on the what's that show?
Your Mom's House?
Your Mom's House podcast, and for a minute. So now we're doing them now because it's kind of quieted down on that front. We don't know. What he's
kind of disappeared, unfortunately, and he did a podcast with these two dudes in Canada who strictly set up a nice podcasting setup with nice microphones, nice cameras, nice editing to interview Pig. And they were going to continue it, but unfortunately, it didn't continue. My guess would be his mistress, Miss Talon, was not happy with it because maybe she got a little too much attention. But I don't know. I can't remember what I was going to say. But let's keep going.
So today on the show we're gonna watch this hour-long interview he gives to this amateur podcast, which uploaded this about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And they've never...
It's their only video.
It's a great interview.
It's a great interview. They fucking killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the microphones you're using are fairly expensive. The cameras look really nice.
Yeah.
They look like they're probably a nice DSLR style. They definitely had the focus thing.
They went all out, Derek.
They went all out
on this one interview.
Yeah.
They just disappeared back into the...
Yeah, so these dudes, this Tats and Mats guys, I'm assuming they own... Well, obviously they own a tattoo studio where they tattooed Pig, and then the one dude who tattooed him got to meet him greatly and everything. So yeah,
we're gonna get into this. This is gonna be a long episode, but we're not gonna talk as much so we can get through this interview. We will provide our commentary.
Yeah.
So
it's like a little, maybe first 15 minutes a little kind of slow, and then once it gets into the juicy stuff, it's so ridiculous. It's so amazing. Pig, Norman, please. Release that book you talk about, the diary or confessions of a sexual deviant. Please put that out there. I want to read that. Please. I'm pleading to you, if you ever see this, or Miss Talon, get that fucking book published.
So he's going to get into all his sexual perversions. He's going to talk about his mistress, Miss Talon.
Yeah, and then his other ones, his first experiences, him getting fired from a job, the different stuff he does, how he eats pig food and then pisses into it and eats shit and everything like that. It's amazing.
Boys will be boys. That's what.
Boys will be boys. That's all I could say.
All right, let's check this out, guys. So this is the full interview with Pig Norman Summerton, aka Slave Pig.
Yeah,
so
Slave Pig
on the Tats and Mats podcast.
Right.
So check this out.
Welcome. I'm very excited to have this as our first episode. I know we actually had a first episode, but what we did is, and I'm sorry, Dean and Austin, we're bumping you.
Because you're not cool.
You're not cool
these
enough.
are nice cameras. Look at how it does
cool,
the how he's in focus in the background.
and the reason why
is
is
that's a nice camera.
Yeah.
On Tats and Mats,
I like it.
we've got,
it sounds good. Those are nice
He's
microphones.
A good friend of Derek's, and hopefully, after I get my rating after this show, he's a good friend of mine.
Rode microphones.
I think so.
This is a Rode mic.
We've got
they're expensive as shit.
DNA in common.
Exactly,
Right?
Neanderthal.
Neanderthal.
The mic stands are cheap, though.
Caveman.
But regardless,
I love how he's sitting there in like a 12-year-old girl's shirt.
Yeah, he's wearing a woman's low-cut shirt with a 20-pound steel collar that's locked onto his neck. Stainless steel collar. I love it.
He's extreme, man.
I love it.
Yeah, he goes
I
all
love
out.
it. It looks good,
Rebel
too.
King. Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
well, I've got like 83% more
Yeah.
than most people. But enough about me. I want to welcome Norm to the podcast. I know that
Welcome, Norm.
I know you go by some other aliases.
This is the show that Pig Norman belongs on.
Yeah,
by
he
the way.
does,
Not
honestly.
Tats and Mats. He should have come on our show.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk
Because
to
I would
us.
get down and dirty with him, too.
Absolutely.
I'd be like, let's eat each other's shit.
Let's all sit here
wrestle
naked and
around
talk.
naked. Yeah, huh?
Oh.
Because, dude, I could show him all my sexual equipment and stuff, and we could,
Absolutely.
like, because he'd have good advice on stuff. He's like, you need to get this. He's like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you'll
All
see.
three of us be wearing steel collars.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll see later in this interview that he's had many ups and downs to where at one time he then became a Christian and got rid of thousands of dollars worth of BDSM equipment. It's like, dude, you should call me. I would have just taken it instead of you throwing it away. You know?
Yeah, I imagine that would really just pain you to watch all that equipment go in the trash.
It would drive me nuts. A bunch of nice stainless steel cock devices and shit
Right.
would drive me nuts.
That's why I know that's one of your like biggest pet peeves in life is when
Yeah,
you throw out
when
steel
people
penis
throw away
cages.
stainless steel cock cages,
Right.
it drives me. That's why I'm always looking through trash.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, God, so many people do.
Do you
this.
have a penis cage?
Do I have a penis at all?
Cage.
Yeah, I bought one of the cages. Yeah.
Did you really? Have you ever used it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly, not to brag, but my dick's too big. Yeah, it's like I have to get the biggest one. You know, I can't fit they have to see those like tiny little chastity belts. It's
Okay.
like it just can't work.
Right.
So it has to be oversized, and it's whatever. I don't have a stainless steel one though, so
Okay.
I need to
We'll
get one of
talk
those.
about that. But thank you for being here. Derek, thank you for kicking both of our asses so that we're here. And a big thanks to Brian, who's over there,
I'm thanking everybody. Talk to the pig.
Yeah,
for being
right.
here and setting this up for us. So, Norm, thanks for coming. So I want to start off with, how did you two end up meeting, right? And then we'll kind of go through what's happened since you've met. Okay, because I think that's
Yeah, it's been wild. It's been wild, man.
pretty unique. So how'd you meet?
You start because you're the one who sent the email, and you tell me that tell them the email that you sent to the shop.
I sent an email to the shop asking if he was somebody, if somebody who I knew worked there.
Right.
And apparently they didn't. Because I ended up with Derek.
Okay.
And Dean, I think it's Dean.
Dean.
Yeah. Great guy.
Dean
Dean.
introduced Derek to me through, yes,
I
we
think you
have
should
a
get one of those
person.
tattoos on your head.
Pig.
Yeah, pig with the snout, and whatever on the side looks like gears or
What's on
something.
his chest? What is that?
I believe
know?
it's a middle finger. Then underneath it says Miss Talon or property of Miss Talon, and then he has tattooed on him a bra and a thong. Too.
Oh, okay, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just what everyone has.
Yeah, I understand.
Here that will actually
And
do
the eyebrows are
tattoos,
tattooed
right?
on, just like girls do. I forget what they
Little
call
white
it.
trashy girls, they love that.
They love that
They
shit.
love-
And then they do it like the cholo style, where they get
Yeah.
it real high and arced, and it's like, I don't know about that, but
Asking for. Of course, my tattoos are BDSM.
Right.
So it's on the face.
in case anyone doesn't know, BDSM stands for bondage, domination, sadomasochism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so now you know.
All right, write that down.
Write that down, do some research,
Yeah.
tell your kids, get the family involved into BDSM.
I love how they're talking to him like this is an NPR interview.
I know, that's what's hilarious. I know.
They're all taking it very seriously.
Yeah, uh-huh.
If I were talking to him for real in our studio, I'd be like, tee hee hee, just laughing.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
You know.
Yeah.
Both. So most people don't do those things.
Right.
So that's how I got to meet Derek.
And Derek's not most people. Let's agree on that.
He was a surprise to me because he's also the cousin, I believe, of a person who I know who works in a bar.
That steel cage looks like that thing around his neck.
Yeah.
That looks like that hurts.
I'm sure it does.
That has
It's
to hurt.
I'm sure it's tight and it's heavy.
Yeah.
My guess it's probably somewhere between 12 and 20 pounds.
Oh my god! Imagine that all
Yeah.
day long.
And then there's a hook there which you could put a chain on, so then you could drag the person around.
Really?
And it's locked from the back. So
bizarre.
Miss Talon then takes the keys, so he can't get this shit off.
Okay.
Because then we'll hear the story about the cock cage that he put on, and then he sent the key to Miss Talon, and it became a medical emergency, which is totally absurd. But we'll watch.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I mean, so there was a connection before Derek with the cousin, but not a tight connection. But now Derek and I have.
And the
formed
funny
a
thing
tight
about Pig Norman, like this could be your neighbor, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
take away the tattoos, it's like this is just your neighbor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just a sweet old man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because he was a like a mortgage broker at a bank or something.
Yeah.
Like, so like imagine it's like, oh, I got my mortgage for my house off Pig Norman. You know?
The balance of whether or not you have a house.
Yeah, right.
hangs at the-
It's like, well, Pig got me a good interest rate, so
Yeah.
that's fine. I don't give a shit.
My neighbor growing up, his name was Patsy,
Yeah.
and he was very nosy. Loved to watch everybody through the window.
Oh, one of those. Yeah.
Luckily for him, our other neighbor were like these hot 15-year-old girls.
Oh, yeah.
They used to babysit me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And they would spend summers topless in the backyard tanning.
Actually topless?
Literally topless.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
they were gorgeous. I was like,
did they have a fenced-in backyard, or they just knew they were hot and they're like, we're showing it off?
oh, they showed off. They
Oh,
knew what they
really?
were doing.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And he was like this old man. Just,
Oh, he was an old man. He's like basically he probably filmed it and shit, I bet.
no, I mean he didn't know how to even use like a fucking. I
He
don't
can,
know.
use a rotary phone. He's
Yeah,
so stupid.
barely does. So I doubt that, but he would watch them, and I remember when they moved eventually, when they were went off to college, all his attention turned towards me.
Oh, really?
Because I was his next door neighbor.
Oh,
And he
interesting.
would watch me through the window. He'd tell, he'd be like, he used to watch me through the my bedroom, and he would tell my dad about stuff I'd be watching at night. I used to watch Howard Stern late at night. Remember when Howard Stern was on E! Channel when we
Yeah,
were
uh-huh.
growing up? He told my dad I was watching Howard Stern really late at night one time. My dad was like, "Why the fuck are you watching
Your dad should have been like, why are you watching my son
my
through the
15-year-old
window?
son
Yeah. Uh-huh.
through the window at midnight?"
Yeah. That is so weird
Creepy.
and creepy.
I remember I was like 15. Me and my buddy, we used to play basketball every day in our backyard
Yeah.
in the summertime. And I don't know, we were walking in my driveway, and he's out there mowing the lawn. He starts like quizzing us. He's like, "Oh, you guys are almost 16." He's like, "Do you have girlfriends yet? Are you interested in girls?" He started grilling us about our
Whoa.
sexuality.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so yeah, he was. Yeah.
You should have got
I
down
always
and
kinda
dirty.
wondered.
You should have got down and dirty with him.
Oh,
Honestly.
absolutely.
You know, showing him a good time.
Yeah.
Because you needed to be broken in at that age. You were too innocent.
I was
Yeah.
very naive, and I would walk around in my room with the window open 24/7.
What a tard.
Naked. I was always naked. When
I
I was.
I was cognizant when I was like 5.
No, I
was like,
wasn't.
I need
No.
because I was a weirdo right off the bat.
Absolutely.
So I was like,
I was
gotta
very
make sure
molestable and naive.
Right.
Let me just say that.
I was very willing and wanted it. Yeah.
Well, you should have moved into next door to Patsy. Then.
I probably would have been hanging out with him, honestly.
Probably. He would have loved that.
Oh, because I used to like to tease the perverts.
Yeah.
The ice cream man and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I cut a deal with them for ice cream for a bunch of porno DVDs that I downloaded off Kaza.
We were like 14.
I was 14. I'm not even joking. It was this like Down syndrome black guy that was obsessed with pornography.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because the white trash ice cream people before that were really cool and nice. I used to bullshit with them.
Yeah.
And then the pedophile black dude, he just loved porn.
Really?
Oh
And he was
yeah.
also the ice cream man.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was fascinating.
Okay.